Hey there, friends. It's cold. It's cold in Dallas. It's cold everywhere. How cold is it, do you say? Well, let's look at our slides real quick. Check this out. It's the NFL playoffs for those of you that don't know. In Buffalo this weekend for the game, it's going to be 20 degrees with 30-mile-per-hour winds and crazy amounts of snow. In Kansas City this weekend, it's going to be 0 degrees with 10 to 20 miles per hour wind, and it's going to be negative 20 degrees is what it's going to feel like. I'm in Dallas, so it's already cold here, and it's supposed to have an ice storm coming. But man, it's crazy cold. But guess what? It's not crazy cold in the mortgage world because the rate optimism, the way things have been going, things have been heating up. Hopefully, my realtors are feeling it. I'm feeling it. Let's make 2024 this mad happening thing. So here we go. I just wanted to jump into that before we got cracking. My name is Phil Goff. I am a loan officer. I have a YouTube channel, Home Finance with Phil. I appreciate you watching. This is our weekly look at the mortgage interest rates and just what the finance society is doing as it relates to lending and as it relates to just your own pocketbook. What's the real estate market doing? So we're going to have a short one today. As noted, we've already talked about the NFL, which is probably my favorite subject, but I'm not on a sports channel. Unfortunately not. My life has taken a different road, but I do have good friends in the industry and I appreciate you all. So when we look at the interest rates here, um, and this is from MBS Highway. Again, and this isn't the interest rates. This is just the chart. Obviously, we've kind of hit not a lull, but a stabilization point. We're floating with our rates. There's no real reason to think they'll go far down. There's no real reason to think they'll go far up. We have experienced good rate change since middle October. We talk about this every single week. But I think the difference is now that people are past Christmas, they're realizing that the rates are in a better spot than they used to be. And it's kind of heating things up a little bit, getting people more excited about buying a house, which is great news for me, great news for realtors, great news for people that just want to buy a house. The more inventory we get out there, the more people that pull that trigger, just the better it is going to be all around for everyone with choices. So when we look at the rates from Mortgage News Daily, this is I think they poll like 200 different lending places to kind of to draw the rates out for the last 30 days or so. But the 30-year fix right now is still under 7 at 6.72. Keep in mind, you might have a client that maybe doesn't get this rate. Some of that depends on points they're paying and their credit score. This is the average. So high credit scores, low credit scores, who's paying points, who's not. The average at 30-year fix is 6.72. The FHA and VA are awesome. They're down 6%, 6.10. So, as I said just a few seconds ago or a minute ago, people are starting to feel like, we're solidly in the sixes now. It's just a brighter future that they feel better about buying a house now, which is great because I think this is going to be a really good year for us. The Federal Reserve has not raised the rate since June, or I think since July. So that's awesome news. I mean, we don't really think about it. We're always worried they're going to raise it. We've talked about it the last couple times too. The ratios, the percentages of probability that they're going to actually lower the rate by March was like 60% last month. And now they're saying 99% that they will have some sort of lowering capacity going into June. So things are all on the up and up. They're looking great. Here's a look at people's personal finances. One thing that's jumped out lately is Americans are really invested in Wall Street more than ever. And so one important note here is when you're talking with people, about their finances or about getting a home, stocks are great. But I'll tell you, I have a lot of financial background. Stocks are very fickle, right? So you can be in the right stock. You can be in Tesla and make a killing, right? If you bought it when it was 20, right? Or you can buy Tesla when it's 290 and all of a sudden at the end of the month, it's worth only 250. You can't tell with stocks as much. It's really up and down and moving all around. But you know what is not up and down and moving all around in general is appreciation of a home. So if you're going to take these stocks, you can move this money and use it towards a home. And homes are way more stable. You actually have an asset in hand. You don't have a piece of paper saying that you own a portion of a company, and it doesn't really matter, the barometer around those things. So I think it is important for people to understand that owning a home, at least in my estimation, again, as a finance professional, is the most stable growth item you can own, and it really makes a big difference. And again, this is based on the Wall Street Journal, is where we got these from. Another thing to notice is people getting priced out of houses. And this is primarily for Generation Z, right? And Gen Z is different. We're all different. I feel really old because I feel Gen Z is way below where I where I feel about things or think about things. But now they're saying that nearly a third, so like 31% of Gen Z families and people are living with their parents. They're in a multi-family housing situation because they can't afford one rent, and they certainly can't afford to buy a house. Um, so families are doubling up, parents, kids trying to get this done. It could be a problem. It could be a building problem because of home prices. But the best thing we can do is just help people get through it and give them goals and set goals to get this done. I'm working with the lender, working with the real estate agent. Make a plan. Don't just sit around and not do anything. What will that get you in a year? You'll be in the same exact spot. That's pretty much it today. Not a whole lot. I hope everyone's going to be safe this weekend. Obviously, all across America, there's weather things going on. I think they said they closed the um, Chicago O'Hare airport even this morning because of snow for a certain amount of time. So everyone stay safe. If you need me, I will be around. Obviously, I don't have to be out and about to work with you. So I have my computer here. I have fiber optics, so it's in the ground. No matter what happens, it should be working for me just fine. And I hope to hear from some of you. If not, stay safe. If you can get out, sell a house, good deal. I appreciate it. Have a great afternoon.